Iggy Azalea has been blasted online for being one of the persons that had written a letter to the judge in support of Tory Lanez and his situation with Megan Thee Stallion. Iggy Azalea says she never intended to publicly comment as she addresses backlash for writing judge a letter in support of Tory Lanez, as she wasn't aware that her letter of support for Tory Lanez would become public information. As previously reported yesterday, Iggy faced backlash of being among 70 plus people who wrote a letter to sentencing judge in the case of Tory Lanez shooting. You may call that the entertainer was convicted on 3 felony charges for shooting Megan Thee Stallion, according to legal officials' journal. Megan Kunif Iggy wrote a letter asking the judge to give a sentence that is transformational, not life-destroying. After being slammed for her letter, Iggy took to Twitter to defend herself. In a lengthy statement she wrote, "For the record, I have not been in touch with Tory for months. I have no reason to be, but I do wish him well. 2. I don't support anyone. The whole thing is full of oddities. My letter never mentioned anything in regard to what happened that night. I was told this was for a judge only, yet it's been discussed in public. I never intend to publicly comment, but with the backlash, I have to," she continued. "I am not in support of throwing away anyone's life. If we can give reasonable punishments that are rehabilitative instead, I support prison reform, period. I was asked to write about my genuine experience and the type of punishment I think he deserved. I did. It's not really that interesting, but I understand why it's being sensationalized. See ya next week to discuss pizza toppings, I suppose. Lol," and she ended her Twitter statement. This is the thing though, because why she'll be getting a bashing because she's a woman, one, in the same industry that Megan Thee Stallion is in, the music industry. And when something like that happens, before you add yourself to it in terms of writing a letter or supporting or comment, you do a little background check. Because right now, anybody will come in your life or around you or you're going to associate yourself with, you better run a background check. You have to run background check on people. So of course, she is in a position she could have done a background check. He has been involved in many situations. Look at what happened, what is going on now. Still, he has in court a situation with Augustine. It's basically the same scenario. He has a temper problem and him have a gun problem and him have a bad boy problem. So when you're ready to come out and put your character out there to support somebody like that, you're going to be looked at as different. Your fans will have mixed feelings, but there are fans that will not look at you the same way because they're saying, look at this, look what you're supporting. He did an act and it seems as if those 70 odd artists or so that wrote a letter to the judge to support him are not looking, they're not looking about as the body club. They're not looking at it as he has done an evil act. They are not looking at it as that he should take responsibility for what he did. Remember, the 10 years that he got, is not for just shooting Megan, Look at the list of stuff that it is his responsibility he brought on himself, different from shooting Megan. Right now, to me, I never think like him even get charged for even shooting Megan. Because all those lists are charged with the gun and whatever and so on. That is a part of the whole thing. And so on. I still feel that Megan don't even get no proper justice either. So it is hypocritical, knowing his character, knowing what he's a part of, and they must know. They know. They must know and they must hear, because once a celebrity you get involved in things and your bad man attitude, everybody know it. But you know what I realize? That bad people get more respect than good people. So I guess if it was something to support an artist to benefit from something good and so on, you wouldn't have so much support. If it was something where they needed X amount of people to write letter to help them to something that benefit them life, them would get the support. So, but because him is a bad man and a bad attitude and all of them something, there's so much people come out and support him. He did a terrible act. He shot Megan, yeah, and on top of that, he character assassinated her online with him and him fans and him friends them to intimidate her. Like she couldn't have stopped the course of justice happening, you know, because in the beginning, whenever she called the police on him, you know, and the neighbors who are nearby called the police. She couldn't even, when she tried to lie for him, and nobody even give her credit for was lying in the beginning, basically to help him. It was out of her hand, but because as generally as black people, they just love a moment to hate, everybody jump on the hate wagon and so on. Not everybody, because a few of us still have sense and so on. Jump on the hate wagon and not supporting Megan, which you always support behind this evil guy. Yeah, look what he did. I don't even think Megan get any justice because 10 years is a slap on the wrist. Chances are you soon see him come out. Kiss my teeth.